Hey everyone out there in the land of YouTube, this is Annette Dion. I'm the host and founder of the Psychic News Network. And today I'm coming to you from Hammond Castle. Here's a little bit of the grounds. And you can hear the ocean from where I am. I have permission to be here to promote my the tarot at the castle class, which is October 11th, so don't miss that. It's from 7 to 9 and right here in the castle in the Great Hall. And what we'll be doing is I'll be going through the entire 78 cards of the tarot and teaching you all about it. So let's take a look. As you can see, the castle is open and there are visitors. Let's take a look at what we want to dive a little more deeply into today in terms of what's going on the political front. Just for a little bit of history, John Hayes Hammond was a famous inventor. He had a lot to do with the invention of remote control. The castle is right on the edge of the ocean. You can hear the waves in the background, I'm sure. And he was very enamored with the work of Nikola Tesla. They both lived during the same time. I'm not sure if they ever met, but I would suspect that they probably did. And John Hammond was buried a little bit of a distance from here, but really close to the castle. And the castle ran into some financial problems some years ago. And his body and his tomb was exhumed from that location. They sold off the property. There's a mansion there now. And right behind me, through that, there's a doorway there. That is, that goes to the courtyard where they built just kind of a grave site, and that's where he's buried now. John Hammond was very much into metaphysics and the occults. There was a very strong spiritualist movement during the time that he lived here. This was his home that he built for his wife. That's a good wedding gift. And they used to conduct seances here, and he'd have huge parties in the Great Hall, and it's sold out. But there's a goblin ball on October 28th, and I'm going to be doing readings at the Goblin Ball. I've been telling them for years now, you got to have a Halloween party, so it's finally happening, and it's sold out probably the same day. So what we're going to look at right now is we're going to look at the what's going on in our government, and I'm in a nice, relaxed area, which is great because, like I told you earlier in the week, it was going to get tense. So let's take a look. I have the Cosmic Tarot today, and there's some very regal looking cards in here, so it kind of fits. And I hope you're doing great. It is Thursday, and our Grassroots of Democracy meeting is tonight. I'm gonna pull 3 cards about the clown hearings that are going on right now. We're in an absolute crazy time where not only are the Putin Republicans wanting to hold the country hostage for ridiculous demands like, you know, taking away food from the poor people and the veterans, and it's a huge mess. But as you may have heard, their plan is to keep the hearings funded, the hearings in which they're doing an impeachment inquiry on our president with no grounds for doing so, with no evidence and no crime to show, because there aren't any crimes. And trying to tie his son's, whatever he was doing in business, to Biden, anything that may have been illicit or suspicious. But all this in the face of their cult leader, who is saying that they have to shut down the government to make Joe Biden look bad. Anyway, I'm going to pull 3 cards about how that's going. It's a mess, I tell you. So those 2 things going on at once tell you about the nihilism that they just want to destroy the country. And that's what Trump wants to do. Isn't this a beautiful environment? There are birds in the trees here. Okay, what I see is the women shining. The women are shining. This is representative. The Republicans are missing an opportunity to save themselves from absolute humiliation and being called out for their criminal activity. The Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. This is indicative. Last night I spoke a lot about the powerful women that are really the thorn in Trump's side. Really, like they got him. Letitia James has got him, and Fonnie Willis has got him, and E. Jean Carroll has got him, and Judge Chutkan has got him. So the Republicans are missing an opportunity. They're missing out on an opportunity to do better, to be a little more slick rather than being rookie amateurs holding these mock clown hearings. I don't think I brought my pendulum. Let me check. Before I go, I'll give you a little tour of the grounds, and maybe even inside. I do have permission to take some video inside, so we'll be doing that. And I kind of found a little area where there aren't many people walking around. It's a little quieter this time of year at the castle. Of course, it's September. Very busy with weddings and such, but otherwise it's quieter than usual. I'm going to pull 3 cards on Jim Jordan. I personally, there are 2 things over the past couple of days, 3 counting Trump, that I have decided not to subject myself to listening to. One was a Republican debate last night. Another was these hearings today. And the other is anything that Trump is saying or doing. I cannot watch it. I want to keep my vibration high. And doing pretty good at that. I have the right environment. 3 cards about Jim Jordan. And after that, I'm going to look at Jim Comer. Okay, this is Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan is in a place of great burden and great stress. He's in a place of losing. All the power he ever had, the fake power Jim Jordan ever had, is spilling out, and he's gonna have to surrender. This is Jim Jordan. He's going to have to surrender. He's got nada. He's got nothing. And now let's go to James Comer. Really, the IQ of these people just seems very, very, very compromised. That little bird agreed with me. James Comer. James Comer. The 6 of Swords. That's very, very painful. The Prince of Swords, I feel like there's somebody who has dirt on James Comer and his connections, who he's connected to, that's nefarious, and the Star is the United States. I'm seeing a strong, strong energy around the DOJ coming down on what's going on with these people. They are not acting alone. They are connected to a particular enemy country. I don't know if that's a boat or a plane. They're connected to a particular enemy country. And Jack Smith just brought on this past week a lawyer who specializes in war crimes. These are war crimes. We're having an internal war in the United States, and this internal war is between people, well, in the Republican Party, they're having their own little war. The semi-thinking Republicans are saying we probably shouldn't do this because we don't have any evidence for, you know, an impeachment inquiry. And the MAGAs are just like, shut down the country, shut down the country. So that there's that internal war. The other internal war is in our country itself, in which a former president, if you can call him that, is threatening violence and assassination on the American people and American public servants. So that's a war, a big war in itself. Oh, and of course somebody just decided to mow the lawn. It's okay. It could be noisier. James Comer. Oh, James Comer is, he's kind of, it's kind of hard. This is the humana that I always talk about. Jim Jordan has that. Well, James Comer has that too. He's exhausted. He's not well. He's between a rock and a hard place. James Comer, the guides are telling me that he's made promises that he's having a lot of trouble keeping. And the Princess of Pentacles is indicative of, I feel like a Democrat, a woman in Congress who's going to call him out big time. Could be AOC. This is about Jim Comer. These cards don't look good for these clowns. These clown criminals. They're real criminals. They're attempting to take down the United States of America. They are what we call truly traitors. Truly traitors. It just occurred to me that before I go, I'm gonna ask John Hammond if he's got something to say, because he's very much present here. Okay, very much present. We're gonna look at how this, how the shutdown, what's going on with that. But specifically, even though I already asked last night, you might have missed that. Specifically, Kevin McCarthy. How's he doing today? What's his... I don't know why I'm laughing, it just seems funny. He's all over the place. Kevin McCarthy is all over the place. Oh, and by the way, I did start listening to Cassidy Hutchinson's book on Audible called Enough. You must listen to it. I've just gotten through a few chapters, but it's really, it's almost like you're in the room where it happened all the time. So the shutdown, I'm asking about Kevin McCarthy. The Two of Swords, these people don't know which way to turn. They don't know which way to turn. They don't have grounds to do what they're doing. It's like, we're gonna do this just because Donald Trump said, and that's like the only reason. So this is Kevin McCarthy. He's really in a pickle. The Four of Pentacles, he's withholding what he really wants to say and what he really wants to do. He's holding back on. And the King of Pentacles, this represents Joe Biden. And I know it's hard to believe, but I see Kevin McCarthy coming to the table. Not entirely, but enough that at least we don't have our military without pay. And at least that the most critical agencies don't shut down. The Democrats are working behind the scenes on a plan to keep the government open. I see that Joe Biden has more power than is being recognized here in this situation. Maybe he has veto power. I'm not sure how that works. Grassroots of Democracy, if you're watching this on a Thursday, or any Thursday, we meet on Thursday nights for our discussion group where we talk about everything that's on our mind, about what we are going through as American citizens, and we get to work saving our democracy. It's up to each and every one of us to do our part. This is our civic duty. And it's for our benefit, completely. It's for our benefit. It's so that we and our children and our grandchildren and our nieces and nephews and our parents and our grandparents, so that everybody does well. I'm going to just pull 3 cards about the auto workers strike. What direction that is going, where it's leaning right now, today, September 28th. About the auto workers strike, the Magician, they're working on it. The workers have the strength. They have corporate backed into a corner. No matter what you hear from the Marjorie Taylor Greens and the, you know, the Jim Jordans and the Ted Cruzes and the, you know, all them, the Matt Gaetz, no matter what you hear from them about cars, how often they're saying, they're gonna force us to buy, you know, EVs. That's not gonna happen. So I see something that's really good and really strong happening here. Hi, help yourself to anything. I'm doing a video. I'm teaching the tarot class at the castle, so I'm just doing a video. No problem. So it's looking like they have the strength, they have the power. The workers have the strength and the workers have the power. These are really great. I mean, I actually have the strength card. And the Six of Pentacles, which is this is negotiations, and this is like some really smart union leaders that are getting what's needed happening. I feel a lot more power and a lot more strength here with this particular situation, as opposed to the writers, strike. Not that the writers' strike didn't work out, but I don't feel like the writers got what's due them. I feel more optimistic about the auto workers, and I feel like it's because the auto workers have some leverage because EVs are the way that things are going to go. And what I was about to say before people came in, and I had to explain what the heck I'm doing here, that what the fascist Republicans want is to keep America behind, because EVs are coming whether we like it or not. Listen to Pete Buttigieg talk about this, about electric vehicles, and if we don't keep up, we're going to fall behind the other countries. And this is, so the auto workers have a lot of leverage there because the whole industry is changing. And if they don't get their fair compensation, it's despicable how greedy corporates being here. It's just absolutely despicable. If they don't get their fair share, they're gonna have to train a whole new fleet of thousands of auto workers rather than using the people that know what to do, that have been workers for, you know, lots of years, a lot of them. Let me give you a little view of the sky. little scenic break. I do feel like the auto workers are going to come out ahead. They're going to come out ahead. I'm just going to pull 3 cards asking about what's going to happen, what the general fate of the Republican Party will be as a result of all these shenanigans. That's a Joe Biden word. What's the fate of the Republican Party as a result of all these shenanigans? If John Hammond walked behind me right now, if his spirit walked behind me right now, I wouldn't even be surprised. The fate of the Republican Party. Well, I actually see, I know this might be hard to believe, but I see a Republican Party that's going to have to start cooperating. It does not include the ultra MAGAs. The Republican Party is going to fix itself based on the sort of truth, not that they're going to be all truth tellers, but because it's going to be better for them to align with the truth than to align with lies that they fabricate that are never going to work. They have been using the Putin playbook and the Orban playbook without the recognition that America has a really dug-in democracy. We haven't ever known anything else in this country. So as far as the Republican Party goes, I'm kind of feeling like the weeding out of the ultra MAGAs is it's in process in a certain kind of a way. And the sword of truth is going to move things. It's going to move things. The truth prevails. The truth always comes out. It always does. It takes longer than we want. And as much as we can't even believe that Donald Trump is walking around like a free man running for president, I don't give that a lot of energy. The truth is coming out. I haven't read on him lately. I'm going to actually pull 3 cards reading on him. Okay, so this is the 6 of Swords. The January 6th situation for Trump is going to lead to a lot of horrible pain for him. Oh, I'm trying to muster up some sympathy. Sympathy. No, it's not happening. Donald Trump is in a very difficult place, and he's going to do something that swiftly brings things to an end. What does that mean, Annette? I think he's going to go a little bit over the edge with what he says, with the Donald, what he says. I think he's going to go off a cliff. The guides just said he may declare war on the United States. Not sure what does that mean? He might declare war on the United States. I think he's just going to say it. I think he's going to come out and say something that's blatantly, brazenly like, I'm declaring war on the United States of America. Yikes. You sure you don't have your pendulum? Didn't bring it. I'm going to just pull 3 cards asking what we can expect between today and tomorrow. Let's remember that tomorrow night is the harvest full moon in Aries, and PNN, Friday Night Live, happens tomorrow night, the Psychic News Network. I live stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and that's under the lives, obviously, and under the vids. Like this will be under the videos on my YouTube channel. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, weather permitting, I'll do a video outside. I've been doing that. I didn't do that yesterday. This week. I didn't do that on Tuesday because we had our Spirit Talk podcast astrology show, and I just couldn't fit it in. It was kind of a cold day too. And so, let's do one more. Let's just do three more cards. Oh, speaking of that, speaking of the full moon. Okay, I see a lot of things coming to a conclusion around this full moon. So not necessarily that things are gonna end, but decisions will be made. Decisions will be made between now and tomorrow, that, and we know that we're on the brink of that threatened shutdown that I really just don't see it really happening. So, they're building a case for America. They're building a case for America. All the doors are locked. Okay. You have to go all the way around, but you get to look at the ocean. So we're going to hear more about the January 6th investigations between now and tomorrow. The moon is going to bring a lot of things to fruition, to conclusions. And the 3 of Wands is the Democrats are really working hard behind the scenes to get these people outed, to get the ultra MAGA people that are cult members, that are they're just professing their undying loyalty to the cult leader. The Democrats are building, it's almost like they're building a new structure, a new way of operating. So there we go. I promised you that I would tune into the spirit of John Hammond He was an eccentric guy. He was really into the tarot card thing. And when you can come up. When I've done psychic fairs here before, and when I was in the Great Hall, I would keep pulling the Fool card because he was quite a prankster. And I'm teaching tarot in 2 hours if you want to sign up. It's October 11th.
Appreciate
you
it.
can,
We got a thing after this.
You can live stream in. So, also, it's not today, it's October 11th. Okay, so, hang on, I just want to, so tomorrow, I was talking about the Democrats. So the Democrats are building a whole new, it feels like a whole new structure. I said that I was gonna, sorry, I got sidetracked, but I thought I was in a place where nobody would even know to come here, but I guess. The Democrats are building something new. I see Jamie Raskin all over it. So I'm gonna pull 3 cards about John Hammond, who was the inventor who owned this castle. During the Goblin Ball, I'll be in the room where they had seances. And there's a Ouija board there from the 1930s, so it's gonna be fun. Sorry it's sold out. Maybe next year they'll have 2. So, John Hammond, what do you have to tell us? You were here 100 years ago. What do you have to tell us, John? He said, I'm still here. That's funny. That's what I heard. I'm still here. I know you're still here. I can feel it. What do you have to tell us about these times that we're in? Because when John Hammond was around, we were in, you know, World War I, World War II, and that in between time. Take command of your kingdom. Do your work proudly. This is from John Hammond, the inventor's spirit. Take charge of your kingdom. Do your work proudly. Come together. Get others to work with you. Get more friends. That's what he's saying. Get more friends for all of us. Well, that's what we do at Grassroots of Democracy, even though it's virtual. All right, with that, I'll let you go. And I'll take a little walk and then I'll end the video. Okay, so that way you can kind of see. You can see the grounds. And also, what I can do is, I'm just gonna take a little bit more time because I got the clearance, so I can go inside the castle and show you a little bit inside. So I won't say anything, but I'm gonna just take you around. We're going for a walk. Just for a few minutes. I dropped my sweater. All right. So this is where I am right now, is the back of the castle. Where I thought I wouldn't be interrupted. No chance of that. Okay. So there's the ocean. And we're just gonna go in. I'm gonna show you the Great Hall, and then we'll call it a wrap. So for the class, we'll be live streaming in. You just live stream in, you'll get the link. I have a friend who, when I taught the course before, it took 8 weeks, so it was really a crash course. And he has a company called Streamography. And from there, he's gonna send a link to you when you sign up. You'll get a link that day on October 11th. It's a Wednesday. And you'll be able to, there's a castle. You'll be able to take the course And then afterwards, you'll receive a recording of the course. So it's going to be great. So in we go. This is a very famous, very popular place. I'm not going to say very much. It's a nice view of the ocean. I'm not going to say very much. I'm just going to show you a little bit and then say good day, and we'll see you soon. This is a little area, kind of like a sitting area. And then this is a great hall, and I'm happy to say, in the great hall, there's a piano that I got permission to play before, and it was really great. There's a nice view out the windows. I'll show you where I will be doing readings for the Goblin Ball. This is the dining room. And this is the library. This is where I'll be doing readings for the Goblin Ball. I'll be the psychic, and this room is very unique and special because from the center of it, John designed this so it feels like it's all natural, but this is a speaker. It actually is designed in such a way that the acoustics, John Hammond designed it. An elliptical ceiling and round shape of the room creates a strange effect if you stand in the room center. So with that, I'm going to let you go, and we'll see you again real soon. All right, namaste. Goodbye from the castle.